All right, beautiful. This is such an amazing day, and I'm really looking forward to the conversation that we're going to be having today on Testify. This is your favorite show where we bring testimonies, where our faith in Christ is strengthened even more as we hear the stories of others. And definitely, my name is Beatrice Nudi, and I will be sitting in for Sharon Naitore for a better part of this month. But I know that we are going to be doing well, and we will be cruising on very, very well. Now, today's conversation is one that you don't want to miss, because I think we are sometimes tempted to think that the situations that we find ourselves in are situations that will last forever, or maybe we feel there's just no future. Maybe I'm doomed to stay in this place. But no, today we have an amazing man who will be sharing his story. Mr. YEGON is here with me, and of course, he will be telling us how he transitioned from being a houseboy all the way to being a bank manager. I mean, he was even a watchman for a day. That's what he has told me. But I will leave it to him to tell us the full gist of the story. But welcome once again. And you can definitely keep in touch with us. Let us know how this is blessing you through the WhatsApp number 0708 222 Find us on our social media handles as well at Hope TV Kenya. So karibu sana. Let us get started. Mr. YEGON, how are you doing?
Very fine.
Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to be in Off TV this morning. I want to thank God for this opportunity.
Yeah.
And first of all, I want to introduce myself.
Yeah.
And my name is Wilson Arab YEGON. I'm born again. And I'm the firstborn in a family of around, we are more than 12.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I'm married. I'm married to one wife. We have 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl. And we have a granddaughter. And my parents call Mr. and Mrs. John and Jane Jepkwany. I come from a small village called Rocket in Pureti, Kericho County. And that is where I come from.
Yeah.
And I migrated from Rocket to a place called Kapkatet in Kanaset village, where I am staying.
Okay.
And I have 2 homes also in Kitengela.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
And I did my education in Rocket Primary School way back in 80s. And then from there I proceed to Form 1 and 4 in a school called Tengecha. I didn't pass very well. I remember I was index 18 out of 20.
Okay.
But through the favor of God, I was able to get a school. And I always remember it was a paper because the school I got was called a not class, which was for the rich. But I didn't belong to that group. But because of God's favor, I got a chance to go to that school. I didn't qualify to get a school, but through the help of one of our church elders, I got a school. So, and after that, I never proceeded to university. But when I was employed, I did short courses in sales and marketing. Thereafter, I did counseling in Amani and KPC. Later, I joined African International University, where I graduated with 2nd class upper.
Oh, wow. Such a wonderful journey of definitely ups and downs.
Yes.
But that's really good. And you did mention that you're the firstborn of a family of 12.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm a firstborn, so I know sometimes it can be a bit of a pressure with all these other siblings looking up to you. So how has been your experience being a firstborn? Did you ever have any kind of pressure from parents, maybe wanting you to be a good example? How was that growing up?
Well, growing up in a family of 12 children and being the firstborn, life was not very easy. Especially my parents were not born again by then. So you could witness a lot of challenges and lack of food sometimes when you come from school.
Yeah.
And being the elders, the elders are boys. Majority of of the children are boys. Girls came last. So we could go and fetch water from the river. When you come from the school, you go and cook. And then maybe there's nobody, you cook and you don't want to be late in school. So you want to eat very fast and move very fast.
Yeah.
Lucky enough, we were staying not far from the school.
Ah, okay.
So it has been a challenge, but and one thing which I am proud of is, and I told myself, despite the fact that my parents are not born again, I used to go to Sunday school. And one thing which always encouraged me is, and I used to, in those days, we could take maize as an offering. So I remember I'll just scroll in the store and get one maize, and I'll put somewhere and give it as an offering.
Wow.
So that offering which I used to give as a maize, because my parents could not understand to give you an offering because they are not born again. But I ensure I was in Sunday school, and the maize I used to keep in Sunday school has made me the way I am today.
Wow, that's really beautiful. But how were you able to be born again in a family that wasn't born again? Who would you say introduced you to the gospel?
Okay, there's one of our neighbors belonged to a church. By then it was called Unity Church. And I used to join them going to church.
Okay.
They introduced me, and I used to admire them because whenever there are visitors coming to preach, maybe those days, all the men used to come and preach. So I used to join them, and whenever I join them, we will eat, we will be with them, and come home when you're happy.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes.
And that's literally how now you were brought towards the gospel side, even though it was hard.
It was hard.
And how was it navigating now as a born again, with parents not being born again? Did it get tough at any point in time?
Well, it was not very easy because, and especially when it comes to going to attend, you are supposed to go to youth seminars. And to get somebody to pay for you, it was not very easy. But I used to have a grandmother who cares, and she used to give me money to go for those meetings.
Yeah.
And you see, especially my father didn't want to know anything about Christianity. But I kept on pressuring on every other day.
Yeah.
I will sneak to the youth camp. And I remember one incident whereby there was a seminar. There was a crusade in our village. And you see, and everybody used to take visitors to their home. And I didn't want to, you see, like, what will happen? Suppose my father will come and see.
Yeah.
But I am sure at that time I took the visitors for lunch. I went and cooked for them. They were very. I had one choco. I cooked for them, and they were excited.
Yeah.
And one thing which I have seen is welcoming the servants of God to my home as the eldest son has made who we are today.
Yeah. Because
I can say we never had a name. It was just a family. You see a family whom you cannot recognize in the family, even if you ask, you come from which family?
Yeah.
There are those people, they have no name. But because of welcoming these servants of God, it made us to have a name today.
Wow, that's really beautiful. And the blessings continue to work in your life.
Every day.
Wow, that's really good. And maybe now let's talk about, you have actually graduated with second-class honors. So how did you get to a point where you are a houseboy, or at what point did you do this kind of work?
Well, then Patrice, and my journey, it was not smooth. I remember when I cleared Form 4, we were having a youth camp in Kitale, a place called Kaviebwe. I went to that youth camp, having cleared school. I had a small pack and only one trouser and a shirt because I didn't have so much clothes and a black shoes for the school. So we went to the youth camp. It was powerful. After the youth camp, I used to have a relative who was working in ADC farm. So I went to his house. All along, he was the only person in the extended family who was working. So I went to his place, to his house. And in my mind, I knew I'll come here because after clearing my Form 4, I would weigh, because I told you I was not belonging to that school. So I knew I may not perform very well.
Yeah.
So I was looking for an employment in that ADC farm. And reaching there in December, after we finished the youth camp, I went there, I was welcome. After some few days, he told me, oh, look here, I don't want you to be staying here just idle. I want to keep you a job. I was so excited. I didn't have an ID. But I was given a job as a houseboy in his house.
Okay.
I was earning 350 shillings per month.
Per month, okay.
Yes, it was a big compound. It was, and I was doing a lot of work because, and I always hear with people that, and I was able to wash even the clothes for women. And those days, what I cannot forget is washing the napkins. I think the GNCs nowadays, they are lucky because they don't know wash the napkins.
Yeah.
So we used to wash around 24 and you hang them.
Yeah.
And my boss would come and check. There's those ones which are not clean, so you'll drop down.
What?
So I'll just come pick and wash again and wash the house. So I did that job for some time. And what really encouraged me when things were tough, there's a song I used to sing in our language, which says, and new mercies are new every morning. So I used to see the slope of Mount Elgon when the sun is setting down. I will tell myself, this sun, when it is setting down, next time, next month, same time, I'll not be doing this job.
Yeah.
So I used to tell myself every day. And I used to sing another song which says, and God is so big. It says in our language, and God is so big. So I used to say, I'm serving a God who is so big. And the two songs encouraged me every day. But it came a day whereby there was a disagreement between the wife of a relative. And I was forced to go and sleep in a chicken house on the floor. I remember very well the door was facing this way and rain could come down. And the next day I was chased from that place. And when I was chased from that place, I didn't want to come back home because I told you, being an elder son, you don't know what to do. There are many things.
Yeah.
So when I was chased, I went back to the estate. There are many. I had a friend who was there, and we were in one church. I went to his place.
Yeah.
He welcomed me so much. He told me, "Oh, you have been chased. I know, I understand. So you are welcome here. You will stay in my house. I'll give you a bed because I didn't have any bedding. I'll give you one of this bed, and I'll ensure you get a job."
Yeah.
So the following day, he went and get a job for me. The job I got was, and we were fencing, I think, and when I talk of ADC, it's in Society of Kitale, Agricultural Development Corporation. It keeps cattle and planting maize in large plantation. So we were fencing, and you have to tick and hold the size of your hand. Someone will come and see. So you have to tip your hand. That's to be here. And you are supposed to be in that job from 8 to 3.
Wow.
But I was happy because the salary by that time was 700. And I was getting free maize.
Yeah.
And I was getting meat and milk.
Oh,
so we were happy. I really appreciate the man who took care of me. Because one time my uncle came and he wanted to chase me out of that farm because he was the senior person.
Oh.
But when he came to the house, this friend of mine, I remember very well, he came out with a sword and told him, "Mister, this is my house. You are my boss, but this is my house. Leave this young man here."
Wow.
That is how I was left in that place. I stay with him until, you see, the kind of job I was doing, every now and then you get demoralized because the people that you're working with, they used to ask me, Wilson, hey, I wish I was you. I could not be doing this job. As we are waiting to die, as we don't have any hope. But why are you joining us? So those who says, I respect them wherever they are. They really encourage me. Then I thought for a while, for long will I be doing this job? And that is why the Bible says, curse is a man who depend upon upon a man. We depend upon God.
Yes.
So I was, one time I thought and I say, my uncle is not going to get me any job. Initially, I wanted to be an extension officer for agriculture because those people, they were given a bike. So I used to admire, I'll be given a bike, I'll be given a house. That was my prayer. But when I saw that there was no hope, I decided to leave the place. So I left Kitale. I went back to home. I can't remember, there was an election, which is 92 or which year. I was lucky, I was employed as a clerk. I was given 3,500 clean money. I remember it was 53,500, a lot of money. I took the money and buy a coat and a shirt and a trouser. I was so excited. So since I didn't want to stay. In fact, I think what you confess, Patrice, come to pass. Once I finished my Form 4, I told God, where my village where I was born, we are near to the estate. So I was telling God, I see that estate and say, I'm not going to work in the estate. That is where my father was working. I said, I will not go. So when I went home now, after the IPC job which I was doing, I say, if I stay, I may be tempted to go there. So I looked for a job, and I was given a job in one of the hotels by a relative also. And that was now another time. I was given a job towards utensils. The hotel was busy in a place called Kaplong. Those days, we didn't have the narrow road, so it was only one road going to Kisii. So it was working 24 hours. So what I remember, I could wash glasses until my hand was white. And you could see it was white. And I was sleeping in just a floor next to where I was washing the glasses. Very dirty place. I did that job for some time. Sometimes when you break a glass, you pay for it. And you are not supposed to eat any meat. You are not supposed to eat chips. I used to chop and chips. So it was a very hard time. And that is why one time in the morning, I can remember it was very early in the morning, a customer came. I was not supposed to go and serve tea. But that time I went with tea and served that lady. So I was so excited, but the lady, she really called me names. She quarreled to me so much. And she told me, can you take this tea? You are going to pay. Because you see, when you are serving in an hotel, when you go to a hotel, those days you are serving with glasses. And when you pour a tea on the glass, and if it was for yesterday, there are some fats who could in a temperature. So this lady was mad about me. I think, I can't remember, but I think she must have slapped me at one point. She was a very tough lady. Now, the lady went and told the husband that I had been frustrated by one boy in this hotel. The husband came. He was a manager in one of the polytechnic. The husband came. Very furious. I knew I was going to be sacked. But when the husband came, I want to see. And then I went and shot myself. You mean you are talking about this one? This is my friend. So the story ended there. Nothing happened. The lady went down. And to date, I respect that lady. So I always say sometimes when bad things happen, good things are coming.
That's true.
That lady, and one time she took me to she went to Bomet and opened an hotel. It was called Kaburwa Hotel. Those days, it was one of the best hotels in town. Nobody could come to that hotel without a tie. And that is where I was promoted from washing dishes to a waiter.
Wow.
Yeah, now I became a waiter in that hotel. I was able to wear the white and a white apron and serve in that hotel as a waiter. And she used to tell me, you know, I never went to school, but I think I can employ you. That lady was so encouraging. So many people were coming at that time, high-class people.
Wow.
And I remember those days, it was the first time to eat pilau. Yeah, it was rare in those days. So people would come and eat pilau. We had a chef which was experienced. It was a small hotel, but it made me to grow. So in between, I interacted with, I think, I don't want to say it is me, the favor of God was upon me. And that is why, and there's one verse in Jeremiah which says, I love you with everlasting love.
Yeah.
And I will build you and you will rejoice. So the love of God, I want to, in fact, Beatrice, I'm encouraged, or I want to encourage people this morning or today, those who are down, that God came to love us, irrespective of the name, irrespective of where you are coming from. And he said, he will love us with love and kindness, and he will build us again. And you will rejoice, you will sing with people who are rejoicing.
Yeah.
So within a short time, customers were coming. I think I'm gifted to beer. I never did. Those days, I had never done any course. So one time they approached me and told me, now, we want to open another hotel. And we want to take you as a manager.
Wow.
So I told this lady, there are people who are approaching me and they want to take me. It's because you brought me here, they want to take me. So I was promoted from a waiter to a cashier. So I went to the counter. I told those people it may not be so possible. After some time, they came also and told me, look here, we are giving you 3,500. The lady was giving me 1,500. So see, I went and we started a big hotel where I was the manager.
Wow.
I was in charge of almost 20 people. It was one of the best. And because of people knew, they were saying that they used to call me a funny name. So they used to, you went to Mara Hotel. All people came to Mara Hotel until, okay, it's not my joy, but that hotel where I was, Kaburu Hotel, was closed. Because all the people followed me to Mara Hotel.
Yeah.
So all the people, what happened? The hotel was closed. So I stayed there. And I had a good relationship with the workers and my bosses. Now I started managing them. It was very nice.
Yeah.
Of course, you can miss one or two challenges, and in an hotel sometimes, and spoons disappear every day. Sometimes food disappear.
Yeah.
But I remember one thing which I did to the people that I was working with. And one of them right now, who was in my hotel when I was a manager, is one of the biggest business people in Bomet. So I told them, you need to go and look for a land, plant maize, sell. So out of 10, one of them prosper. And right now he's a millionaire.
Wow.
Of course, there are others who are still working in that hotel industry.
Yeah.
So in between in that hotel, Patrice, and I now got to interact with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And one time, there were people for one of the banks were my customers. It was having a room, so they used to come to our hotel. Then he told me, and would you mind if you go and be cleaning our bank? Because it is only 30 minutes and you come here. I told him, yes, I don't mind. So now from a manager, I used to wear a tie. So I removed tie and go and mop that bank. And mop that bank.
Wow. And in fact, Wilson,
Yes.
because I'm being told, of course, we have to take a short break.
Oh.
This story is too sweet. I'm like, oh, I don't even know at what point to cut off. But now that tumeingia kwa bank,
Yes.
we are going to take a short break.
Yes.
But once we come back, we are going to pick up from that, because, I mean, what you said is really powerful. I mean, umetoka kuvaa tie as a
Yes.
manager, and now you're being called to clean at the bank. I mean, you guys, you want to hear this story for sure. So let's take a short break. We'll be back after this.
Namaste Ji. Have you ever heard of Asians that have come to the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ as their personal savior? On the TESTIFY show every Thursday, we have a special segment on the third Thursday of every month known as the Asian TESTIFY.
You can't go ahead doing wrong, but you pursue the truth and trust of God, and He will make the ways for you.
I asked myself, what would happen if I give my life to you now in my 18s, and how much further would you carry me as a result?
Join me, Nigel Casimiro de Mello, as we listen to amazing and inspiring testimonies from Asian brothers and sisters that are in the Lord. Only here on Hope TV, where you look and live.
All right, beautiful. Welcome back. I know you're enjoying the show. Personally, I'm enjoying. I was just telling Mr. YEGON here that he's an amazing storyteller. And now we are still on this amazing story and journey, just to understand how everything keeps unfolding. Remember, we have a very amazing climax at the end, so you want to stay with us. And thank you so much for everyone who is following up. This is Testify, and you can reach to us, talk to us. Let me know. Unafurahia kivipi? What are you learning? 0708 222 is where you can send in your feedback. So let's get back to the interview. Mr. Wilson, let's pick it up from the last thing we said was you now being ushered in to clean a bank. So yeah, tell us how that unfolds.
Thank you, Patrice, and the viewers. And as I was saying, now it reached a point I got a connection with the people who are working in the bank, and they gave me an opportunity. And those days, and there was somebody who was given a contract, so he employed me as a cleaner in the bank, but I still maintained my job in the hotel. So I could go in the morning and evening and come and do my job in the hotel.
As a manager.
As a manager.
Okay.
So it was very interesting and challenging, of course. That is why I'm saying at the end of the program, I really want to address people who are cleaners. The challenges that we go through is not very easy. I remember there are people who could come with mats and put on their office and then report me so that I'll be sacked.
Oh my!
Yeah, it was not very easy. So in between, in doing that job, I also got another job of an attendant in a dry cleaner. So I was able to manage that also. So I was having 3 jobs
at a time. Wow.
And in between, I got a very good relationship with the people in the bank. And one time there was somebody who was carrying mail from that place to another town. And I was given, the person one time never came to work. I think there's something in it. So, and then the bank manager say, why don't you give Wilson this job? I think he can do it better. So I was given a job to carry bank documents from Bomet to Sotik.
Wow.
It was in a metal box. And I remember at one point, my trousers here, there was a cut here because I used to, from the bank to stage, I used to carry the boxes, and my trousers, if you can look that time, ilikuwa na cut hapa. And I was using a public means, and from that place, it was a lot of money. And that time, but I was getting a lot of money from the bank. Now they were paying me 5,000.
Wow.
So it was a lot of money. I was getting 5,000. So that time now I left the work for the hotel and the cleaning, and now concentrate on this because I could go in the morning and bring the box mail pack and then take it in the evening. So I was on the road 4 times.
Wow.
Going to pick, taking, and coming back. And I thank God because that time the Matatu people knew me, and sometimes I was not paying. I used to stand and get, those days you used to ask face me. The vehicle people sit here and here. So I used to tell them, let me stand and all they need. So I used to walk to cooperate with them. Actually, they most of them today, they are my friends. Wakiniona, they are so excited. I think they are encouraged because I left that shop and where I am today. Wakiniona, I am a testimony to them.
For sure.
So we interacted with those people, and in between also, now I'm now in the bank carrying a mail pack. So, and I was told the person who was carrying mail pack was promoted to a messenger in the bank. So every day I was telling myself, next is me. Next is me. But it was not very easy to get that job. Until one time, somebody told me, the person who is employing people in the bank is called so-and-so. He come from this village. Then I told him I'll go to his house. So I started planning for the journey. Wow. It was not near. So I went to, it was coming from somewhere in Kericho. So I went to his place in Kericho. I never knew the place. I took a matatu. And then from a small town, I had to walk for almost 5 or 6 kilometers to his house. When I reached his house, there were many people also who were looking for employment. But when I reached the house, I'd say, what will I tell? He was a very tough man, very tough. Then I say, what will I say? I told him, I'm coming from Bomet, and I've been sent by Mheshimiwa that you give me a job. Then he told me, can you go and tell Mheshimiwa to call me? So I went back. That was on a Sunday. So I used to get somebody who was telling me he's coming today. I go. So those days we were using those the boots. So somebody will call me and say, next Sunday is coming. So I went there for several Sundays. At times he could not greet me. At times he'll just walk with his polfo and then close the windows. he doesn't wave. I mean, I'm waiting at the gate. He will just walk away.
Wow.
But I thank God, the wife of being born again is great. I really admire the wife of that man. She used to, when the mzee and is gone for job, the lady used to call me, Wilson, come. I entered the house. I was keeping the ukali ya wimbi, masiwa. I used to eat until I'm full. Nikimaliza, we go to church with the lady.
Wow.
So one time, to cut the story short, one time I went there for several years, almost 5 years, every Sunday.
Wow.
And I used to tell God, you know, I'm supposed to be in church, but I need this employment. So every Sunday, I'm working. I'm working. Once a month, twice a month. So one day, there was a funeral in a place in Bomet called Longisa. One of the bank and staff had passed on.
Yeah.
And this director was going to that funeral. And I was doing my cleaning in the bank. So I was in the other, I'm taking mail, sorry. I was collecting mail from the bank. And then in between I saw him with his Volvo. Just listen please to how God does miracles. In between that is a distance of 100 meters. I'm walking and the director is going away. When I turn up, I saw the wife of that Mheshimiwa.
Wow.
I caught hold of her hand. And then I told her what to tell the person. Just tell her, Mheshimiwa was saying, why don't you employ this young man? So she was stopped. The director stopped. The lady asked, oh, how are you, sir? I'm okay. Oh, you are going to that funeral. Even me, I am coming. By the way, Mheshimiwa was asking, when are you going to assist this young man? He's a good person here.
Yeah.
The man looked at me like this. He was wearing some cocos, and he laughed. And he left. That was on a Saturday. On Monday morning, there was a call from Nairobi to the branch manager of that bank to pick me from Bomet to Nairobi for an interview on a Wednesday, a day like this.
Wow.
I came for the interview. In between, I had done a lot of application. So they picked one because I think around 10 recruits I had. So they picked one, and I was called. I was interviewed, and I was posted. I came to the bank. It was my first time to come to Nairobi. It was so exciting. I joined the bank. What I want to say is, and finally, now before I say how I joined the bank as a messenger, I later went to appreciate this holy man. One time, with my family, I took a cow, and he was so excited. And he blessed me.
Yeah.
So I started my journey as a messenger in the bank. I was confirmed after 6 months. I know you'll tell me time is going, so I need to run. So I was confirmed after 6 months. After 6 months, I got a confirmation as a messenger. In between, I was given to work as a clerk. And then I got a confirmation letter, and then given an acting appointment as a clerk. I acted for 6 months, and another 6 months, and another 6 months, until I was promoted as a clerk. So I was transferred from that place to another place. So I went to one of the banks in this town as a clerk. Also, in that office, we were working and at night, and it was very interesting. In between also, I got an opportunity after confirmation as a clerk. I want you to see how God, yani watu wanasema Mungu akisema anakubariki, hakuna ambaye atasuia. Akiamua, things move in a different way.
Yeah.
So after confirmation as a clerk, I was given appointment to act as a sectionate.
Wow.
That is now the time I went down. It was so hard. Because a messenger, a cleaner, houseboy is becoming a sectionate, almost a manager.
Wow.
That was the turning point of my life. I asked God, Yani, is it me that you are giving this promotion?
Yeah.
Is it me that you are giving this promotion? And in that promotion, by the way, I didn't pass. We were doing the interview, and there are other people who got they wanted 3 people for the sectionate. So I didn't pass, and some other guys. So what happened? After 1 week, the people who qualified for that promotion were promoted. So the bank said, let us look for who was number 4, 5, and 6. I happened to be there.
Wow.
So I was given that promotion, and then I asked God, is it me? What can I do to you? One time in a dream, I saw a church in my village. The church was for off-cuts, and you could see people inside when you are outside. But I was not given the name of the church, but the direction, I caught it very clearly. So the following day, I asked one of my brothers to go and confirm, in that family, there is a church like this and this. He went and he saw, and he told me. So I went and told the church, I am coming to build a church. I built that church with some of my friends, a very big church. We opened the church in 2019. I handed over the church to the village as a way, and we call that church Arakiet Kongoi Church. Just Kongoi is thanking God. that was now another, I don't know what to call it. Things started. So that sexual again, in between, I think the punk was doing some recognition. Then we were promoted to another promotion. I got a promotion.
Wow.
I got a promotion after around Corona time. I was transferred to act also. Always, so acting, you are not given an appointment.
Yeah.
So I was posted to act in an acting capacity in another promotion. Also, I am now moving from that one to another promotion. I got that. I got that promotion again until people were saying, "Huyu Mungu wake anakaa aje? We need to find out." People, my colleagues, we joined the punk together. There are others who are still in the same position I left them. But they are asking themselves, how come this person has been moving very fast?
Yeah.
Until people are saying, I think the God this man is praying is a true God. So anasema tu ni God, it's not about me. So after that, after getting that promotion also, I also got another one.
Wow.
Paka sasa hata even people, this one came mysteriously. I was not supposed to be given. But there was a recognition which was going on.
Yeah.
And it happened. I just got it. Not that I was due for that promotion, but I just got because of what was happening.
Yeah.
So today, Patrice, as I sit here, I really want to say there is God in heaven. Yeah. It doesn't matter where you are coming from. It doesn't matter your qualification. I was among the low people in school.
Yeah.
But God, there's a song I always pray every year. I tell God to get hold of my hand. So every day, wherever I am, I know there is somebody who is holding my hand. He'll just pick you from dust, from mud, to dining with kings.
Yeah.
To being to getting a name. To getting a place. I always see nowadays when I go to church or any other place, I'm given a seat. But those days, people who said just a cleaner houseboy, nobody notice you. So this morning, I want to really to reach out to people who are desperate in life.
Yeah.
People who are almost giving up. Maybe you are watching me and you are almost giving up.
Yeah.
I was there as a houseboy, sleeping in the house where chicken are sleeping. I didn't have a house, but today God has given me houses. So I want to talk to somebody who is watching me.
Yeah.
When I was told I was coming here, I say I'm not coming to talk about Wilson. I am coming to talk to you. That house girl. That you are not going to retire being a house girl.
Yeah.
If only you believe and you want God to promote you, He will do it.
Yes.
You are a watchman. I was a watchman for one day. It was very long. I had to sleep in toilet. And I told God, I am not going to be a watchman. So if you are a watchman, tell God every day, you are not there permanently. God is moving you to another level.
Amen.
If you are a messenger in a place, you are a cleaner. When you are cleaning, those wiping the office for the manager, just do it and telling God, this office I am wiping, one day I'll sit here. Just prophesy to that seat and you will get it.
Yeah.
If you are a messenger, you are not going to be a messenger forever. Just believe in God and God will lift you up. There's nothing impossible in the presence of God.
Wow.
So I say, Patrice, my testimony, nasema, it's only God. And I want to hear testimonies for people who are watching me. People who are seriously, you are serious, you want your name to change. You are serious, you want to be uplifted. Just trust upon God and He will lift you up and you will be somebody.
Amen.
People will stand when they see you because of God. Irrespective of, never, do not put your name a cleaner, your name in your forefront, cleaner, messenger, watchman. Say, I'm wonderful, I'm a manager, I'm a big person, and you will
Yes.
be that.
Yeah.
Amen.
Wow, this has not only inspired our viewers, but inspired me as well. I
Thank
mean,
you.
I've learned so much. And even listening to your story, I could not stop thinking about this verse that says, everything you do, do it with all your heart as though doing it for the Lord.
Yeah.
Because I believe in everything that you did it well. And that is why everyone who looked at you and saw what you were doing would recommend you, would say, this is the person, because there's the excellence that you also put in whatever thing you are doing.
Yes.
And I believe that's the message for the one who is watching also,
Sure.
to remember that even if it's cleaning that toilet, do it with all your heart.
Amen.
You know, give yourself to that work and do it well, because somebody could be watching and they will recommend you to somebody else. And you know, most people would assume that because they have gone through such difficult times that God is not there and God does not care about them. But maybe for those who are watching this morning and feel, ai, huyu Mungu ni kama hanijui, hanijali, and maybe they are feeling like I may be here for a long time or forever. Maybe what can you tell them about God that you are able to learn through all these years?
Thank you, Beatrice. I want to talk to people who are watching of Testify today,
Yeah.
that there is hope in life. And the name that you are giving yourself will make you to be the person you want to be. If you say you want to live in a big house, you want to drive a big car, and you tell yourself, and you are earning nothing, and you are a cleaner, you are a watchman, you are a messenger, you don't have anything. But you are telling yourself every day, as I used to do in the evening, I used to sing that song which say, God is big. Your mercies are new every morning. I knew God mercies are new every morning. When the sun shine, is shine and bring ups. So what I want to encourage viewers this morning is this: turn to God. Even the GNCs and the Alphas, I want to tell them, God loves you so much. I know you may not pass through what I passed through, but I want to encourage you that there is hope, there is sweetness when you stay in the house of God. Because I did not succeed because of my parents. My background, I didn't have anybody to assist me, but in God. I say in God. So I want to tell you, it is God. Just stick to Him. If you are in a church, just stick to that church. Pray and believe that God is going to uplift you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Amen. That is really, really powerful. God indeed has drawn us with His loving kindness.
Yes.
His love is everlasting.
Everlasting.
So He's always with us, even in the waiting, when you're crying, when you're still calling on God, He's still with you even through the valleys. Thank you so much, Mr. Wilson Yegon. This has been wholesome. I have learned so much. I am encouraged even as a host. And I know that even our viewers who are watching this, actually it's evening.
Yeah.
Those who are watching have really enjoyed the show. So thank you so much even for watching, for staying with us all the way to the end. Tell me about that particular picture.
This was in school in 90s when we as Sunday school teachers, we were awarded with Bibles by the bishop or the chaplain of the school.
All right.
Yes.
Beautiful.
This is the ADC I'm talking about.
Yes.
I was working as a messenger and fencing farm. You can see the farm.
Yeah.
Yes. This is the house of the person who hosted me.
Oh.
You can see we were staying in that room.
Okay.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
That is ADC.
All right.
Yes. Now, that is the hotel. I was working now as a waiter and a cashier.
Yeah, I see you with the white.
The white, yeah, I talk about the white.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Same hotel. Good. Yes. Now, after that, I was promoted as a manager. I went to a different hotel. You can see the uniform are different.
Yes, yes. Oh, wow. You are a young man.
I was
as a manager.
as a manager. That is where I was. My team.
1994, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
And now that is my family.
Oh, wow. Beautiful family.
Beautiful family.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful. I am encouraged, and I know that you are encouraged. If you are a house girl, if you're a house manager, you're a messenger, you're a cleaner, you're a waitress or a waiter, I mean, that is not a permanent position. God can elevate you. Do everything that you're doing as though doing it for the Lord. Trust in the Lord and know that you don't need qualifications in order to be promoted. God is able to do that for you if you believe in Him and give your heart to everything you do. So this has been Testify, and I do hope that you've also enjoyed the show. My name is Beatrice Nudi, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.